Hey friends, Nima here. Today we're gonna make a very simple card, very beautiful. This is a card for Valentine, birthday, to say hi to a friend, and you're not gonna need any specialized stamps or die cut to make this card. To make this card, we're gonna need first a piece of paper. This piece of paper is just a regular printer paper, 8.5 by 11, and you're gonna cut this in two. You're gonna end up with two pieces, and this piece will be the one for the card. So we're gonna fold this one in half, and we're gonna put this one aside because we're gonna need it in a minute. And from the other half, we're gonna cut it again in half. So we're gonna have one portion that is the card, and then one that is the one that we're gonna decorate, that is gonna be the front of the card. So this is the one that is gonna have the heart. To make the heart, we need to make a template. That's what I did for this one. I made a template, and all these hearts, they have that size. So how am I gonna make this template? I'm using a piece of card in here that it is about, let me check the size of this one, like 3 inches by 3 inches. And I'm gonna fold this one in half, but instead of folding completely, I'm just gonna pinch in the middle, right? So let's give it a little pinch in the middle. And you can use a pen, and with the pen, just a regular pen, we're gonna draw the heart. Let's use a pen that has ink. We're gonna draw the heart, and with the scissors, we're gonna cut this heart. And this is gonna be our template. So it doesn't need to be exactly this size. This is gonna be a little longer, that's fine. And you can use this one or this one. I prefer to use this one, because in that way I draw inside of the card. So let's do the hearts now, and then we'll come back and decorate the front of the card. To make those hearts, you can use a solid card, and this time I'm gonna use red, or you can use any printed card. Any paper with any printing, you can use those, and then choose around, move your template around to pick the design that you want from your card. So in this case in here, I'm gonna make one similar to this blue one. This is all one color blue, and then I made the designs with the marker. Let's make the one for us like this. And if that's what we're gonna do, then we just have to draw the heart. Again, let's grab a pen in here. And we're gonna use 5, but it's, you know, it's a good idea to make more than what you need. I'm gonna make 6 in case at the end 1 is not what I'm gonna use. And since this is a plain color, so I'm gonna design my hearts in here before I cut them. Notice that I flipped the card because I made this heart too far away from the edge, and I didn't have room for the other one in the same location and the same position. So I flipped the card so I can accommodate all my hearts. Okay. So these are my hearts, and I'm gonna decorate these hearts. To decorate this card, I'm gonna use regular Sharpies, markers, gel pens, whatever you have available is fine. And in my case, I'm gonna use this white gel pen. It's one of my favorite gel pens. If you get one of these gel pens, the secret is not to push too hard, and it will, the ink will flow. I have other gel pens, and a good idea will be to test those gel pens to see if the color shows, especially because this is a darker one. Another option will be to use like gold markers. I have gold, I have silver, and I'm gonna cut all these hearts, so don't worry if you need to test anything, you can use the sides to test. And black markers, Sharpies will be another option in here. Like I said, for me, I'm gonna use white gel pen, and I'm just gonna do random designs in here. And I think I'm gonna start with making like little circles around, random circles. Maybe I can combine those with little dots. And I'm gonna try to make them all different, or at least not too much the same. I love to make the stripes, and when I make the stripes in this heart, I'm thinking that heart has a little bit of dimension. That's why instead of going straight, I'm just doing like a little curve on the top. In that way, it looks like rounded. All right. Let's see, let's do some spirals in here. Different directions. Gonna go a little faster in here. I'm gonna kind of pretend there is one coming in there. Another thing that we can do in here is like little flowers coming out of the side of the heart. A little bit like Zentangle. Not that I know how to do it, but I have seen a lot of videos. And if there is an expert around, probably it's gonna say that's not the way. But I'm just decorating this heart, so feel free to do whatever you want, whatever you think will look good, and whatever you like. Let's see, let's do, we can do little stars. Yeah, why not? Oh Lord, my stars are a little, definitely not, they're not gonna be exactly the same way, all of them, which it makes it look like original. Okay, that's fine with me. There's definitely other ways to make stars a lot easier. I don't want to make anything really perfect. And let's make like little crosses. Okay. So I have my 6 hearts in here. Now I'm going to cut my heart. For me, it's a lot easier if I cut them first, smaller pieces, and then I go around. I'm making this video for a friend that asked me to make something for the kids. So if you're a younger one and you're making this video with me, find someone to help you with the scissors. Of course, you can use the little scissors. When you're cutting the heart, don't worry about the borders. I'm going to show you a few things that you can do with that. And it's a good thing that we have an extra one, because we can practice with the one that we're not going to use. We can also cut another one and use that one to decide what type of border, if we're going to use any border. Let me cut this one in here. I have 2 more. And if it's easier for you, you can just move the paper let's try that way. When you get to the curve, you just move the paper, keep the scissors the way you have it, and then move your piece of paper around as you're closing, cutting with your scissors. Okay. And if at the end your hearts are slightly different, each one because you cut inside or outside of the line, that's all fine. Now once we have the hearts cut in here, we can decide what we want to do with the hearts. Do we want the lines or not? So we can take that piece of card that is going to be the face of my card, and we can line them up in here. And then I like to put them like in different directions. And then that's when I can decide if I want one or not. I think I don't want those 2 circles kind of too busy together, so you can change the shapes. All right, I want this one, I want this one in here, and I'm gonna go with the little dots, circles and dots in there. So later on we can decide if we want or not the shape. Now we can leave it just like this, or we can put a border around. And when we put the border around, we can make the border different colors. Let's take a piece of paper in here. So I can use it to color the borders. We can do black, and if we make it black, that's the way that it's going to show a little bit of color. Oops. So when you put it against the card, then it's going to show a little border in black. I do like that one because normally I put a little black in the card, and that will, that give you like a finish in there. The other option will be in white. Let me see if I have a marker, a white one somewhere. I have this one. The white is gonna vanish. It's gonna disappear on the card. It looks nice on the red, but when you put it in the card, it's not gonna show. So I think I'm gonna go with the black. And here is my method, my technique. And this is something that if you need to practice, you can take a piece of paper where we have the heart that we got from the middle, and you can make that border, and you can position your marker. This is a regular Sharpie. You can use a regular marker. You can position your marker in between, right on the border. So when you go around, not everything goes into the shape. You're just highlighting the shape. Mostly writing on your piece of paper and just leaning the tip of your Sharpie against your shape so it takes a color. So that's what I'm gonna do with this. And again, you can practice, cut a lot of other hearts or any shape, and then go around. And then go around. So again, you're writing, you're positioning the tip of your markers against the shape. So you're mostly writing on your paper. Find a piece of paper that you don't need for anything, and then it's gonna show. So I'm gonna do all my red ones. Oh, sometimes, yeah, that happens. So, good thing that this was my practice one. So if something like that happens, you can always cut your heart a little smaller, okay? Or if you're gonna put this heart under another one, then that part is not gonna show. This was my practice one, the one that I used put the white one. So I'm not gonna use that, but who knows? I still have some others. Let me push this piece of paper in here. So let's start from the bottom. And move your heart around. You don't need to do it in one stroke. Okay. It makes a huge difference because it's gonna give you a nice finish around your shape, and at the same time it's gonna cover a little bit that mark that we did with the pen, that in some of them it's already there. All right, so two more. Oh yeah, that one is gonna have a little bit of a trim. Let's take care of that right away. So it wasn't that much. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna trim this a little. So it's not gonna show that much. It doesn't need to be perfect. That's good enough. It's handmade. Okay. We're almost done. This is the last one. So I have all my shapes in here. Move this around. And now we're gonna need glue or tape so we can place all the shapes the one that we wanted. I knew I wanted the one with the flowers that it will show completely. So then I'm gonna start putting all my other hearts. Now this is the edge of my card. I'm gonna position my hearts just right against the edge, and I'm gonna turn some like one way or the other. Maybe I'll do this one straight. Yep. And then the other one, I can just turn it the other way around. We'll go this way. I think I'm gonna move this one to the top. Yes. And then this one will go on the top. And now that I have them the way that I want all the hearts to be, I'm gonna use glue, and you can use any type of glue. This is just paper, so if you have your Elmer glue, the stick glues, or whatever you want, any type of glue, including tape, double-faced tape will be perfect. So I'm gonna start from the one that is on the bottom. Just put a little bit of glue around. And if you're using liquid glue, don't put too much, because when you squeeze the heart, you don't want that glue to show around. The next one in here will be turned a little bit. And what I want is the middle of my heart in here to match the curve of the heart that is coming, that is gonna be on there. I'm gonna try to do that as much as possible. Let's put some glue. And I like to use this type of bottles just because I have glue in, I buy them in a very large size, so it's easier for me to handle. Like I said, we're gonna place the heart against the border, the edge. The next one will be straight. I like that because this is the one that it has the lines, and it's kind of curvy a little bit, so those lines, so it makes it look a little more interesting. Okay. So like this one again, I'm gonna position this one against the border and turn the other way, because I have this one turning this way, so I'm gonna turn this one the other way. So I have the one at the bottom. I'm putting glue. Maybe you don't see me in here, but I'm just adding the glue. I like the black outline because it helps to define the shapes. I think I'm gonna move this one a little higher. Yep. The liquid glue, it gives you a little room for moving things around. And I try not to press too hard in case I have to move something. Well, we are almost there. We have these hearts in here. And now there's a little bit of decision that we have to take. Like for example, in this one, I cut around the shape, and then I put a little bit of glitter. Let's see if you can see. There's like some, yeah, I think somewhere you can see it in there. There's just like glue and glitter, or you can just leave it like that. You can cut it and then not put anything in there. I think I'm gonna do that because I like that dimension that I get when I cut around. You can see the card under. Through the shape. And it shows that this is another layer on top. Just to get to those. I should use other scissors. But for this video, I wanted to use things that everybody has at home. And I'm just gonna keep it to that point in there. You can trim these little things in there. The other option will be to highlight them in black, but since the card under is white, it's not gonna show. You're just gonna see the dimension, the layer in there, right? Oops. Before we glue this in here, I'm gonna put a piece of ribbon. Now, if you don't have ribbons, you can use a piece of card. You can cut a strip of any card and then put it in there, or you can just leave it like this. I'm gonna add ribbon in here, and I'm gonna make it look like a bow that I did right in there. I'm actually not that good at making bows, so I'm gonna show you the way that I did this one. Let's flip the card. And we're gonna start, like, if I want my ribbon to be kind of right there, yep. I think this is gonna be a Valentine. It looks a lot like a Valentine card. You can make it in different colors, and it could be a color for any season. So if you want your ribbon to be right there, and flip your card, your ribbon under, and I'm gonna use just regular tape to attach the ribbon to one side. Later on, we're gonna put glue around, so this is not gonna be any problem. Just make sure that your ribbon is kind of straight, unless you intentionally want it in a diagonal or in a different direction. Let's put the tape in here. Yep. And then we're gonna take another ribbon, and I'm gonna take in here like maybe 8 inches, about that. And I'm gonna pass my ribbon under, and I'm gonna tie this one in here, make a simple knot in the position where you want your bow to be. And then just make a little bow just the way that you will tie your shoes. And we're gonna make it stay in position with glue. So at the beginning, if it's not right, you can always undo it and do it again. I told you that I'm not that good at making bows. So if it comes out like this, so let's try again. All right. Oh, this is better. Once you have it the way that you want your bow, in the position that you want it, and I kind of like it like that, I'm gonna pull this one a little. Oh, perfect. Then I'm gonna add a little bit of glue on the bottom. You can use double face tape. Put some glue in here. And then you can trim the extra. Make it look nicer. If you want it a little. Okay, so now I have to trim this one too. That's something that we can do at the end. All right, so we're ready to glue this part in here. And you can use, again, any type of glue. If you have double face tape, you can use that too. You can actually combine the double face tape with glue. Then make sure that you put it around the borders and some glue inside. But again, if you're using liquid glue, don't put too much that is gonna flow out. It's gonna smear out of the card. So I'm gonna start with the card on this side, matching the hearts on this side, because I can always trim from the other part. If I need to trim something, I can trim it from this side in here. But I think we did really good, right? We can also put, I don't know, rock on top or something if you need to make sure that that glue is working. You can put something heavy on top. Don't forget to put a piece of paper so you don't stain the white. And we just have to put a message on top. And to put a message, you can take a piece of paper, the same type of card that you use, and then write the message. have a strip in here. Trying to look for one that is just, yeah, this is fine. And we can write our message in here. Whatever message you want. Let me use this one in here. I think I'm gonna write, I love you. And I'm gonna use my black pen in here. Let's see, I'm gonna use this one, the Micron pen, or you can use any pen, black pen that you have. In fact, let me do it like that. Just regular pen, black pen. I have pen around the border, so this is gonna bring all together in here. Just make sure that your pen works. Yeah, why not, to make a little and if you want, you can trace them in pencil and then go around, go over with the pen once you know for sure that that's the way you want it. You know, to finish this, I'm gonna take a red pencil, color pencil, and I'm gonna color my little heart in here. So now my heart kind of matches the heart that I'm using in there. And I'm gonna trim it because it's really not that straight. And if you have a ruler, you can draw a line in there. And I should have done this before because it's a lot easier to see it. But I just need to make it straight on the top, which is not, all right? And I'm gonna trim this. And just to make it follow the same style as I used with the heart, I'm gonna do the same thing that I did with the lines. Trim a little bit on this side in here. Grab my piece of paper and then draw my lines in there. Did it with the wrong side. Okay. I love to do these little lines in here because they give you a frame to whatever you're doing in here. And you can put yours anywhere you want, right? Let's use a little tape or a little bit of tape or glue. And I'm thinking, I kind of lost it in here. I'm thinking that if I put it in here, then it's gonna be like uneven because it's gonna go over another piece of card. So what I'm doing now is that I'm gonna cut a little bit that is gonna be the support on the other side. And that again is gonna help me to give my card a little bit of dimension. Let's glue this on the right side. I don't want that to show. Let's trim a little bit more. Put some glue, a little bit of glue in here. right? So now I have on one side, I have 2 layers, and that's gonna be against the heart. That is gonna be the other layer on this side, and that way it's all even in here. You don't have to do it like that, but this is just an idea so you get everything as professional as possible. So here's a card, all done in here. I'm missing a little bit of glue in here. It's a dot of glue in there. And your card is all done. Let me show you another card that I made, because we have the blue one, we have the new one in red. Move all my pens away. And I made a different one using different papers in different colors. This one is using the inside, the card itself is pink. So when I did the cutout around, now it shows that pink border. And instead of using a ribbon, I used a piece of the same color of my card. And then I cut the frames around. This is with one of those scissors that give you shape. You can make it just straight, and on this side in here, I draw the black line. Now I didn't use a piece of cardstock to put the message. What I did, I wrote the message directly in there, and I pulled some of the colors from the hearts, and I painted my little hearts. So I hope you like this card. Don't forget to hit like, and let me know if you make one. Feel free to find me in Instagram, or send me your creations. Let me know how it is. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.